So there's a video online, and I'll post a link to it below. It'll be from a Twitter feed, so you could watch it for yourself. When a father approaches Elizabeth Warren at an event she's doing and asks some questions about her student loan forgiveness plan. Now, I think it's very important that we listen to what's being said here, because this father makes the absolute perfect point as to why there's hypocrisy that goes on with these socialist mindsets of forgiving student loan debt and things like that. So I'm going to read to you exactly what's said in the video. The man approaches Elizabeth Warren and says, quote, "My daughter's getting out of school. I saved all of my money so she doesn't have any student debt. Am I going to get my money back?" Elizabeth Warren responds, "Of course not." The man says, "So we end up paying for people who didn't save any money. Then those of us that did the right thing get screwed." You could watch the video for yourself to see how disgusted this man is. And he's absolutely right. This is the problem with these sorts of plans. Anytime you're talking about eliminating student loans and things like that, then you have all sorts of other questions. What about the people that did the proper thing and they worked 2-3 jobs to be able to pay for their university to make sure that they didn't have debt? Well, they just get screwed, right? They don't get reimbursed for their money. Or how about people that instead of borrowing for student loans, borrowed for houses and for mortgages? Do they get refunded for their money? No, they don't. It's only people that got student loans. Now, I'm saying this to you as someone who has a lot of student loan debt that I'm repaying back. And I'm still voting against this. If Bernie or Elizabeth got elected and I voted for them, then I would stand to financially gain hugely. But it is not your responsibility, the taxpayer, to pay for me and the poor choices I may have made. I'm the one who took forever graduating college. I'm the one who got those student loans. I'm the one who should have to pay them back. It's that simple. My choices, poor or otherwise, shouldn't reflect or force you to pay for that. This man is making the absolute correct point. Why should the people that saved and did the right thing and didn't go into debt, why should they be punished? And Elizabeth Warren just callously says, of course you won't get your money back. Remember, I watched a debate that was between Ted Cruz and Bernie Sanders a few years ago, where they were talking about Medicare for all and healthcare for all and plans such as that. And this woman stands up, I'll never forget this, and she asks Bernie, she starts to tell her story and she says, I own a small business, I employ, half a dozen people or so. I basically take home no money. I lose money through my business every year, but I keep it going because it's a passion of mine and I'm providing these jobs. Are you saying that I should have to provide health care? If so, it would bankrupt me. And Bernie says, yes, you should provide health care. You are a business owner, you're wealthy, you should provide health care. She's taking home less money than her employees, but Bernie treats her as, oh, you're somehow responsible. You're somehow a terrible person because you own this business. Therefore, you're one of those wealthy elite. Says Bernie, a man who's never employed anyone without government money. A man who has a second lake house, who drives around sports cars, who's worth millions. He's judging other people. It's the same here. A bunch of wealthy people are telling the people that did the right thing and saved, hey, guess what? You're screwed. You should be punished. You paid for your kid to go to school. You did the right thing. Now you get to use your taxpayers to pay for everyone else's kid as well. And the people that chose poorly, that maybe didn't even graduate college, that just took that student loan money for some degree that was worthless and then didn't graduate anyways, you're paying for them. Meanwhile, who gets rich? Well, the buddies of these same politician pushing this. Those in academia, the administrators, the people in these schools, these universities, that are raising tuitions left and right. They're the ones smiling at the end of the day. Those wealthy people, the people that gave the loans, they're smiling at the end of the day because all of it's refunded. All these wealthy universities, they're the ones making out like bandits. And meanwhile, who pays? People like this gentleman who did the right thing, who worked multiple jobs to ensure that his children could go to university. He's the one who pays. That is what these socialists want to do over and over and over again. You don't deserve your money. If you saved, if you didn't get into debt, you're a sucker. And so what's that encourage? Well, it encourages everyone to borrow. It encourages everyone to not work for anything and just get free money from these socialist programs. That's what they're incentivizing. And when you incentivize poor behavior like that, when you incentivize, yes, you could borrow, not graduate, or get a worthless degree and never have to pay it back. When you incentivize, yeah, you're a fool if you're saving up for your healthcare expenses and if you're doing the right things. Instead, you should just stop spending, spend your money frivolously. Don't worry, the government and tax dollars will take care of you. You incentivize that behavior, and that's the behavior you're going to see. What do you think that does to our overall economy then? So I just thought that this was amazing how callous Warren was to this person. And kudos to this gentleman for pointing out exactly how hypocritical and disgusting these sorts of plans are. Hey, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. You can follow all my descriptions where you can find me on BitChute, Twitter. You can support me on Patreon and PayPal. I'd really appreciate it. And be looking forward to that live stream I'm going to be doing tomorrow, Friday at noon Eastern Time. Thanks, everyone, and have a good one.